Let's go, let's go, let's go. You are officially in the Michigan Man Cave. Welcome to the Man Cave, your place for any and all things Michigan football and interceptions and lackluster offense and a host of other things.
Clean or unclean pockets, we don't know.
Let's get to it.
You can't put a finger on it.
Let's get straight to it. We ain't holding no punches. Davis Warren, you are garbage.
Basura.
And coach gave you beyond enough opportunities. Like, you pretty much had to go out there and completely crap the bed to get pulled.
You had to trick it off in order to lose it. You had to trick it off.
Not just play a little bad. You had to play god awful to get pulled. So let's just cut to the brass tacks of it all. We got a new quarterback. We don't have to recap the entire game, but obviously, Bowie, Warren got pulled. Orji is our new quarterback. Big game coming up this week. Talk to me, my brother. What did you see transpire during the game?
Oh, seeing a young man that just he's not, his game isn't big enough to fill the shoes that he's trying to fill. I've seen that he was forcing the one right. He went back. It was the second one, and he got hit for the sack, and he threw it anyway, and he got intercepted. And it's just like he's trying to make the play. You know what I mean? And we've already discussed that, where we don't need you to make every play. We just need you to make the plays when they're there for you to make. You know what I'm saying? So, again, he doesn't have that much time on the field. You know what I'm saying? He might have played spot duty here and there last year, but he just got thrust into a situation that I don't think he was ready for. And it just showed in his play. And not unfortunately, I'm excited to see Orji. He was my offensive hopeful of the year. Again,
you backed all the way off of that, so don't try to jump back.
Hey, no.
If I came back off my undefeated season,
I can back off. Y'all hold me to it. But what I was gonna say about Orji is, I mean, it doesn't necessarily move the needle for me about giving us a better chance to win. It just gives us a better opportunity to win, just because he has more natural gifts than old boy Warren has. So, I want to see what happens. And again, I'm never not rooting for us, but honestly, I don't know. I got to see how Orji throws the ball. Of course, we're going to run a different type of offense. And Train, I believe you said it, that makes 10 people shift to one instead of one person have to get acclimated to 10 other people on the field. So
right,
we'll see what happens.
Keen, during the game, I know you said he only got 3 incompletions, but they're all
by that fact alone, he has 3 interceptions.
Right. So before the picks, I mean, it seemed like, you know, he threw one. You're kind of like, all right, he has a long leash. But I mean, at that point, I'm guessing you were on board with everybody else. Like, yo, I've seen enough.
Yeah, I mean, he had some nice throws. I'll give it to him. He did have some. I wrote them down. I highlighted them. And I even highlighted our O-line sus. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a good pass, but the O-line looks sus. But I mean, you can't try to be, like Bowie said, you can't try to be a Michigan quarterback. It's in you, or like you do it, perform, or you don't. And he ain't ever had no game experience. I don't know the evaluation process going on behind the scenes, because I mean, dude ain't never played in the game. He didn't play in high school really, but he's doing good in practice. We talking about practice? Like, y'all evaluate the dude off practice? And then we go into the game. Like I said, there were good throws, and then even some of the picks, I can see why coach gave him a leash. But then like the one you threw, like in the air, going backwards, falling back, and it's just like, bro, like, just be a quarterback, take the sack, play with this, and not try to, you know what I'm saying, play with what you don't have, because you don't have that ability, because we haven't seen it yet for you to be trying to display something that you don't possess. So with Orji going forward, I mean, like I said, the probabilities, because of his talents and his, you know what I'm saying, his
natural
athleticism, his gifts, the probability goes up at the quarterback position for us to do better, not even for us to win, but for us to just be better than what we were. You know what I'm saying? That threat of running. And even when I thought they brought him in and he was just going to run it, he threw the touchdown pass to number 80. Can't remember his name. Don't worry about that. I was drinking that day and I didn't write it down. But
Hanson.
Yeah.
Hanson. Hogan
That's
Hanson.
why I got my dogs. See? That's why I got my dogs. It's a dynasty. I mean, he threw the nice pass, you know what I'm saying? I thought they was running. My man came hard like he was running, but you know what I'm saying? It was a pass play. So he didn't get to throw it much. USC number 11.
He doesn't need to throw it much.
Yeah, you're right. He does. We just need to get good positive yards. Stay positive beyond the stick. So I'm anxious to see what happens because, like I said, the last time we did see him, it wasn't a good showing. You know what I mean? And we didn't get to see a lot this game. So it's gonna be a test right here. You know what I'm saying? If we could beat them, though, if we can beat them, that could set us up. That could set us up nice.
Yeah. So I guess another question I want to ask y'all though is kind of you alluded to it, Keen, the evaluation process. So Sherrone knowing, hey, all right, pretty much, I'm sure him and Harbaugh had closed door conversations like if Harbaugh actually knew before everybody else did, like I'm out. This is gonna be your ship, essentially. And once you get that green light, I'm the man now in charge of this program, and you know what you have at the QB position, it should be like, all right, let me evaluate these dudes. This ain't it. So my question is, do we really think that I have to think that Sherrone just looked at Warren? Again, I've seen practice players before. You look really good. And you're like, hey, we can roll with this dude. We had somebody like that once upon a time we played with. I ain't gonna get to yelling out names, but it was cats like that we at practice throwing spirals, darts all over the place. But once the whistle blew, it was a whole different type of game.
It was shitty draws.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm wondering if almost Sherrone drank the Kool-Aid on Davis Warren because I can't believe that knowing this is my first year, I got to have a good showing. We're off and natty, all this stuff. And you were like, yeah, all right, we just going to roll with him. Like that doesn't seem like a plausible option. So, and I know there was some talk about the transfer portal and the timing of when Harbaugh left and JJ announced and people were already kind of out of the portal. It had to be somebody sitting in there that was willing to come to Michigan that was better than what we got. So I guess I say all that to say, Bowie, do you think Sherrone fully drank that Kool-Aid on him, or do you think like it was just a matter of nobody in the portal, or I mean, how did we get here to the point where we don't have a quarterback?
Give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm gonna say I honestly think he thought Tuttle was gonna be available. You know what I'm saying? Tuttle got the game experience. We played against him. He's seen his game. He transferred over, so I think because just the way Davis Warren's been playing, dog, this couldn't have been you. You were just like you said. It's my first year.
That's why I'm asking this question. Yes.
Yeah, this is who I'm gonna hitch my wagon to. I don't think that. So I'm gonna say that I think he thought Tuttle was gonna be available. Tuttle wasn't, so he went with his best option that he had available, as far as somebody that could run the offense the way they wanted to run it instead of having to go in there and overhaul it to fit Orji's game. You know what I mean? Because Orji's a totally different player. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say he thought Tuttle was gonna be ready and didn't have a backup plan, which to me is just kind of just as bad as not being prepared.
Contingencies,
especially for a first-year head coach. You got to have all your T's crossed and all your I's dotted.
Bro, you don't want to start out with a sour taste. Keen, you got anything to add to that?
I'm a transition to. He probably thought, to Bowie's point, probably thought it was, you know what I'm saying, good enough, but maybe he thought the defense was that great where he could just have a Tuttle, you know what I'm saying, was going to probably be the man, maybe him or Orji. It was a toss-up, but then Tuttle got hurt, you know what I'm saying, so maybe he thought Tuttle was going to be the guy. Maybe he thought our defense was good enough to just, you know what I'm saying, like we good with these guys. I could see, drink the Kool-Aid maybe on one of them, two of them, you know what I mean, like we could see what we do, but I don't see how we're in this position with no quarterback. I mean, even if Tuttle got hurt, Denegal got clocked last year. Where he at? You know what I'm saying? Jayden Davis, we got the freshman on the bench. If we're evaluating Davis Warren and he's playing, and this is what we got, what is Jayden Davis not doing in practice to be evaluated to be in the game? It's just a lot of different moving pieces.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
there.
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't want him to get thrown into this situation, especially with our offensive line.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just saying.
We had a line like we had last year, maybe I would consider it, but this year, no.
I'm just saying. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, all the what I was thinking
on the
about just
table.
with defense.
Yeah, everything's on the table at this point.
Yeah. I'm putting all my chips in on the middle, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Know when to hold them, know when to fuck.
My hunger's being sufficed. I'll eat off this championship. We could just rebuild.
I sleep great. I sleep good at night. People be hating, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You could tell they were just waiting on it. I'm like,
somebody said, y'all suck. And I was like, all right, yeah. I was like, keyword. I was like, no, I said redaction, key, you know what I'm saying? National champions.
Right. Put whatever you do, put national
championship on it.
That's it.
yeah.
All I had.
Yeah.
We might suck, but we natties.
So and then this is the next question regarding, before we talk about Orji, if we get to a place where, because I read something, I don't know how true it is. I mean, I've read it multiple times now, saying Jayden Davis' parents want him to redshirt and don't want him to play. And I don't know if that means just maintain my red shirt, because now they can play up to 4 games and keep their red shirt. Yeah. So if that's your main goal is keeping his red shirt, I understand that. Or do you just not want him to play for just like a physicality standpoint or whatever reason it might be? But if we get to a certain point where this season keeps sliding, I don't see why, if we think he's the quarterback of the future, which I think most people would agree with, then we should, at least to the point where we're getting to that 4 games left in the season, he should be the guy the rest of the way out. Let him get some experience under his belt. We'll be at that point, like, let's just say we're 4-4 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, we only got a couple of games left. Like, let's let him finish it out. Because obviously, if we're 4-4, and that means we've had some pretty shitty quarterback plays, is how we got there, right? Because we know if we have a quarterback that's halfway holding it down, we'll win. We wouldn't be 4-4 at that time. So I think it's something to really consider going forward if we are at that point where it's like, all right, this season's a wash now. We got to start building towards next season. So that's something just to keep an eye on. Hopefully we'll do that. I don't see why we wouldn't. But I guess we'll just have to see how it shakes out. All right, but let's move on to Orji now. As far as, all right, he's officially the man. I saw some stuff out there saying like we shouldn't have announced it. We should have had USC thinking and all that. I'm against that. Let's announce it. Let's let Orji know, hey, we handed the keys to you. Let the whole team know. I think it just makes a statement, right? Like that we're behind you on this. It's no more wishy-washy, who's it going to be type foolishness, right? I don't know how much that actually helps anyway. But Orji what was his numbers? 2 for 4 or
2 for 4, 12 yards of TD.
2 for 4. 2 out of 4, 12 yards in the TD. Now, even coming out of high school, I think I read he was a 53% passer in high school, which if you are a D1 quarterback, Power 5, your completion percentage in high school should be like high, right? You'd think it'd be like 75% for like a high school.
70, 75.
Right. You're the best player on the field at all times if you're pretty much a Power 5 quarterback. Most times, right? Depending on where you play at, but pretty much you're going to be the best player on the field. Any Power 5 kid in high school is going to be probably the best kid on the team, or one of 2 maybe getting a Power 5 offer at a good school, unless you're obviously like the, Bishop Gorman's, a powerhouse like that. Just your traditional local high school kid getting a Power 5 offer. So he only had 53% there. That was a little alarming for me. And then he only threw 1 pass last year. And then thus far this year, even though it's been small sample, it truly seems like they do not want him to throw the ball, which is scary. And which
horrifying.
Gives me No confidence, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. I got zero confidence in his throwing ability. I pray to God that I am completely wrong. And I'm just trying to understand though why it took Davis Warren to be that bad. Like they were trying everything in their power to not put Orji in the game, is how I read it. Like what he had, he's had a picks every game. And then it just finally got to the point where you threw 3 picks. And that's what it took for you to get pulled after not looking great, obviously, against Texas. The first game, just so picks. I mean, what is it? Two TDs, 6 picks is what it took for you to get pulled, which makes me think, Orji, your throwing is that bad. So I just don't see how you win games without having any semblance of a downfield passing game, unless you're Army, Navy, the service academies that just run triple option all game. But where are you at? Keen, I'll let you start this time. Where are you at with Orji and his passing? And do you have any confidence going forward with any semblance of a passing game? Because Davis Warren, we had no downfield passing game. Orji, I don't see how we're going to have any type of downfield passing game.
Not until he shows me. Maybe it was nerves. Maybe it was something that dirt ball that he threw. I don't know. Maybe I can't really put a finger on it, but like you said, if he was a 53% passer in high school, that's not, you know what I'm saying, that's not giving me faith that we're gonna have a passing game here, because they haven't even with the times he's been in, it's been all runs, man. Like that's a telling sign that they won't let him pass it. So I mean, I want to remain optimistic, but at the same time, like you pointed out, it's scary, and I'm horrified of what's gonna happen on Saturday. Because I mean, USC's good. Their defense got better. They always been a team that, like, you know what I'm saying, they got good offense, but after Reggie Bush era, you know what I'm saying, since then or whatever, they always had good offense or like high powered offense, but their defense was soft. But they played well versus LSU. I mean, I'm scared, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, Bowie. So, I mean, you could add to that, but I want to add one question onto it, because I think we're all on the same page here. But I guess knowing his skill set, I mean, what does our offense look like? You know what I mean? Like, what should the scheme be? How do you work in those plays of the passes? Like, what are we looking like?
I mean, just traditionally with a quarterback like that, you take the fullback out and he's back there with a running back, but that takes away the strength of what we do, because Mullins needs a fullback in front of him. You seen how the day he had against Arkansas State.
Bredesen?
Yep, running the football out of the power I. That's what we are and what we do. So again, it goes back to my point earlier about we're changing the mindset of 10 guys to fit one, putting him back there with a single back and running kind of more of a spread offense, which if he can't throw, it takes it takes our strength, our receivers and our running backs out of the game. And we're left with, I mean, basically
Read option all game.
read option. Yeah, that's all you can run. If he can't throw the football, hearing the statistics that you given again doesn't give a lot of confidence. I can't believe. How can
He
I put
can't
this?
throw for he's that bad.
You don't get a D1 offer without being able to hit something. You know what I mean? Like whether it's getting him on the run, putting him in a position where he's comfortable throwing the football. He made 53%. So get him in the position where he hits the 53 more often than not, the other 50. I mean, that's 1 for 2. Yeah.
Screen.
Yeah. I mean,
Screen.
I just can't believe you get a D1 offer only being able to run the football. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's and I mean, it seemed like for a minute there, that's almost like what we were gonna do with him. You know, it's like, oh,
right.
Harbaugh's gonna put him on kick return and all this. Like, what? Like,
Maybe
okay.
I thought they might have changed his position because he played tight end or something.
That's where I'm at, Keen. It's like, did he get converted to quarterback? But then Train, you say you played it in high school. Like, well, then you don't get a D1 offer, especially to Michigan, without being able to throw as a quarterback.
Maybe it was. You got to think the Harbaugh is a quarterback. Maybe he was like, oh, because remember they used to show them videos of him throwing the ball like 60, like, you know what I'm saying, all 60 yards. Like, you got a big arm, but maybe Harbaugh was like, I can
King,
teach him, but he
King,
gone.
this ain't his first year being there.
I
Harbaugh's been
understand.
there.
I understand.
If it ain't rubbed off yet, then it ain't gonna rub off.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, and here's the thing. Now, I will say, if anybody who wants to go take a peek and look at his high school highlights, I mean, he has a absolute cannon for an arm. I'll say that. Now, accuracy and all that, I can't speak to, but I mean, he can throw it very far. And like I said,
He's like the wild thing, straight out of prison. He
right.
inspired that joint.
You know who else could throw it very far for us? Who was terrible? Joe Milton could throw the ball a mile. You know,
yeah.
like
Right.
I don't really.
We thought he was gonna be the truth too. I wanted it.
Throw it a mile, but couldn't hit a slant.
That's what I'm saying. Or you know, he was throwing it right in the middle of the coverage, like, yo, you can't read a defense. You know, obviously he got better at Tennessee, but you know, my point is I don't read too much into they have a cannon arm. Like, you know, it's like JJ didn't have like the absolute rocket shot arm. He had a good.
He could throw it.
Not at all.
He could slang it.
Right.
I'd rather you have a cannon brain than a cannon arm.
And that's my point. Is where I'm going with this. So I think it has to be. I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, can we muster up enough plays that he's comfortable with to stay in the game, to consistently move the chains? And that's all those, right? Those play action stretch plays, keep it, dump to the tight end, you know, bootlegs, screens, receiver screens, couple like
That's
fake
gonna be huge.
bubbles.
We have the element of surprise. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know because now he's the full-time quarterback. He can't just run it every time now. You know what I'm saying? So we do have some type of element of surprise, but it's another element of surprise if he's going to be able to complete that 53, that 1 or 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's all type of surprises out here this week.
I'd give him 4 deep balls, but my strategy would be to get it to the receiver and let them do the work. We'll take some shots to keep them honest, but why, like you said, train wide receiver screens, get the ball into their hands on these little short little dump offs and let them do the work. But the out route, scrap that until he gets comfortable. That shouldn't be his first throw of the game.
First play of the game, bomb it to Kendrick Bell. What's up?
Throw it. See, like there's methods the way you could give somebody a confidence. All right, Coach Brown, our AAU coach growing up, train. What would he say when you win in the game? First shot, what would he say?
Pull it, shoot
pull
it.
No matter what, pull it. Orji, you get out there first play of the game, you throw that sucker as far as you can. Just get all the jitters out.
So good.
Going through the goalpost, show him the arm. That get your confidence, brother. We believe in you. You are quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Do something to get him there.
My teammate.
I know it's a different generation, but I just want them to get him in a space to where he isn't thinking so much and just going out there and
go
playing.
play. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, just let him go out there and not be so worried, like looking over his shoulder every time he, you know, something bad. Like, yo, just go be you.
The mother's ringing the dinner bell, and they should just say, "Throw it to the Buick."
Y'all
ain't any given Sunday? Okay, all right.
Hey, and also they said that the players found out through the media, through the press conference, that Orji was a quarterback. He didn't tell the players behind closed doors. I just read an article.
It's different from the Harbaugh era. Harbaugh would have kept this secret until I don't know what time we play, but whatever 59th minute of when we play. So
yeah,
I mean, like y'all said, it's good that he knows now and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
I'll just give him the confidence.
I think this is going to be, not to say Sherrone is on a hot seat or nothing like that, but obviously, I mean, if this season went really belly up, like they would axe him, like in one season you're done. If you know we went, 4-8 or something, it's like, all right, bro, you're out of here.
Right.
But I think this is a really big game for him and the offensive coordinator, because it's going to show your ability to coach now, right? Because, all right, it's going to be a quick turnaround, getting him up to speed, full-time starter, reps with all the ones at practice. Like, do you have the wherewithal and the, I guess, creativity to put him in a position to be successful, right? Because we'll know by if we just keep doing that slow developing quarterback runs, stuff up the middle, that stuff we kept getting stuffed on third down versus Texas. Like, if we just run a bunch of that all game, bro, that's unacceptable. And even if the stuff that we try doesn't work, I'd even give them credit for attempting a wrinkle or two, even if it's like, damn, it didn't work. But at least we tried it. Y'all know my thing. It drives me up a wall when like teams lose and they never even attempt to like go downfield. Like, damn, you were willing to just lose as opposed to just throw a one-on-one bomb down the sideline just to see what happens.
Throw it at the defender's helmet or his back, you know what I'm saying?
My number one strategy. Your team's losing, nothing working. Everybody runs streaks. QB, who's one-on-one, back of helmet, throw. Receiver, fight back through the body, PIs down the field. Like
they ready to throw that flag on that PI. The official, they ready to throw.
They are ready. You just have to make like a slight effort. Like, I'm trying to get back to the ball. He's in my way.
With his head.
Yeah, like, bruh. So I'm okay with that not working. I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with not trying. That's the part that drives me absolutely
laying down.
Yeah, just absolutely crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when Orji rolls out. I do want to flip over to defense. We can kind of talk a little more about it, but offense towards the end when we do some predictions. But with our defense, Wink, I don't know about Wink still. I mean, it just doesn't feel the same as last year. I feel like when watching the game, and y'all know I couldn't watch it all the way live like that because I was busy this weekend. But I did go back and watch it. And it seems like, and I get it, with like the creativity on defense and wanting to trick the opponent, but it seems like he almost like every play is trying to like be like deceptive with the looks, like moving guys around, they're shuffling all around, they're all standing on the line, they're all like, it's like I get that, but it's almost like the disguise is like become more than the actual like where they need to be at in defending. You know, it's like, if that makes sense. Like, bruh, I'm okay with being creative, slick, maybe even on third downs, you know, it's like, all right, let's dial it up, confuse them. But it's like every single play, we're like flying all around, we're all over the place, dudes. You know, it seems like they're thinking too much about where I need to be to confuse the quarterback pre-snap than actually executing on their assignments.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Simplify the shit.
Yeah, and mix it in when we got to.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's where I got with the defense. Keen, I don't know where you at with the defense, but that's kind of my take.
Just like information overload type shit.
Yeah.
And especially with like us rotating so many people in, and I was like, everybody gonna grasp the concepts. But I mean, it was, we didn't allow points. Allow that many yards, but I don't know.
They double doinked. They got down the field a couple times to get some field goals. So them would have been
them field goals that went off the crossbar. It's just, I don't know. Like you said, you made a great point. It's not the same as last year, and we thought like, okay, we didn't lose too much on defense. We got the core of what you want, the defensive line back. We got the best corner in the country back. And when they sprinkle those pieces in there, Rob Moore getting hurt, I think that's a big part of us not playing as well too, because Rob Moore ain't out there. He's
that's
like
huge.
He's a catalyst.
Yeah,
he's a catalyst for our team.
Great point.
So, I feel like this is a great test for us. Texas whooped our ass, and Arkansas State, you know what I mean? I didn't have no quarrels about this game. I was watching it, you know what I'm saying? But I was also playing the game and stuff at the same time. So I was like, oh, okay. But I saw all the picks. I was like, dang, like, here we go, looking bad. But defense, I want to see what they do versus USC, because USC looked good versus LSU. And the way we perform versus Texas, I think, like you said, all that mixing up, moving, all the pre-snap motions and stuff, or trying to figure out where this man is going, it can mess with players, you know what I'm saying? So I want to see how we do versus USC, because this is a big test, number 11 team. This could be, and it's Big Ten, so this could be a big win for us, huge win.
Yeah. B, any thoughts on defense before I want to talk about specific players?
Short and sweet. I just sprinkle in a little more about, to your point about, like, I think Wink is trying to make it look pretty, and it doesn't. We're not necessarily. That's not our DNA. I like to see more leadership, I would say, out of Will, getting the secondary together. They just leave a lot to be desired as far as coverage, guarding the receivers. It's just like, damn, like you said about Rob Moore, like you see that leadership leave. You know what I'm saying? When you
Big
you
time.
lose a person like that. So I would like to see Will step up in that aspect and hold people accountable. I thought our D line, again, like King said, we didn't feel like we lost a lot there last year, but I thought our D line was going to be more effective. And I don't know if it's to your point, Trey, if he's trying to be too cute and mixing them up, not finding the right rotation yet. But man, just get to the quarterback, help us out, because that's why we were so high on our team. Is it was like our defense is going to put us in. But
We
I'm
got to
still
the
waiting to
quarterback
see.
last year.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see that defense play that complete game, like they're not thinking, and they can just go out there and play. Because I ain't heard nothing from my boy Barham.
Nothing.
He almost got burnt
I
too.
heard the hype. The games now, I ain't really heard nothing, but I still ain't left the bandwagon. You got the number one on. You got to show and prove. That's
I
it.
heard they said versus Texas, Barham and Hausman graded out Pro Football Focus 2 of the worst linebackers in the
Yeah,
country.
they play like it's shit.
Yeah, I mean that's
And
not our expectation, bro. Not as if we get beat, you still got to grade out in the average 70. That's a C.
So
Still
where
gotta
we
get a
did
C.
lose was the linebacker position, but we
Right.
thought, like you said, with the Barham number one, Hausman played pretty good last year, but he was behind two stout, stellar linebackers. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we got to see that leadership on, and with Rob Moore gone, like I said, we got to see that leadership. Good point. That's a good point about leadership, because
yeah.
right now I don't see it.
And Will Johnson, I mean they went at him a couple of times, but he's looked like he's on lockdown. I feel like he's like getting into.
I mean,
full
leadership is getting his other people to perform.
No,
You know what I mean?
I know
Okay.
what you're saying. Yeah. I'm just saying I think he's like looking the part, but
Yeah,
you're right. He might not be like a Rob Moore type leader to galvanize everybody else.
Yeah. And we need that, bro. We need that right now.
He be missing on offense too. Sure.
We need to find our leader on offense too.
So I want to go to USC a little bit, and I know we kind of just stuck with the quarterback position. We can, when we get to predictions, we can bring up the run game and how good it looked, and be Mullins. I know you're happy with Mullins and Donovan.
He had a career day.
Ben Hall even looks solid again. We can get to that when we get back to predictions. But as far as our defense versus their offense, I know they got the one wideout that's everybody's been hyping up for like a couple of years. He was one of the top kids coming out. Branch is his last name. Is it Zachariah Branch? I think is his name. He
Zion Brand. Oh no, that's a safety.
Yeah, I think it's
either Hudson Branch. Oh, Zachariah. Yeah. They got two branches on there. They got a Zion Branch and a Zachariah Branch.
Zachariah Branch. He's a problem. He's fast. He's shifty. He's like one of the top wideouts in the country. So we need to watch him. I'm saying Will needs to follow him around how he did Marvin Harrison last year. Those type of vibes. But when it comes to Graham and Grant, that's what I want to talk about when it comes to our defense and us dominating the other team. Bowie, I mean, they've been good, but has it been like y'all are the two best D tackles in the country? And what do we need to do to get these boys active? Because it's like they're saying, oh, they're getting double teamed. And then, like, once they're not double teamed, they're almost coming off the ball, like, thinking they're going to be. So then they're, like, not really in their bag. You know, you kind of – it's different if you come off the ball knowing you're going to get double teamed compared to one-on-one. Yeah. So I think that they've been getting doubled so much that when you are singled up, it's almost like you maybe didn't fire off quite the same, or you were planning on doing this move or that move. I don't know. I just feel like they need to be dominant for us to take over games.
Well, we expected them to be dominant, and that's where we were going to take over games on defense, was those two D tackles. But sometimes
They
My
do
thing
get
with-
doubled a lot, though. Yeah.
my thing with that though, Train, is if they're getting doubled, where's the pressure coming from then? Because nobody's getting to the quarterback, and
The
I don't
edge is-
understand scheme wise how if they're getting doubled every time, like we're not scheming to where our linebackers are going in there naked. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you know that, then that's your weapon you use. Sometimes you might not be the person making the play. You know what I'm saying? Getting the sack. Sometimes you got to be the decoy for somebody else to make the play. So I don't understand that if they're getting doubled so much, how somebody isn't free. And is that wink? What trying to make it look pretty? Or is it our the ability of the other players not being able to get home? So that's more what is leaning to right now with Barham and Houseman not, really having any stats that stick out. So, to your point or to your question, I don't know how we get them. If you're getting double teamed that much, I just feel like somebody else should be able to make the play.
Somebody else got to eat. And
Yeah.
that's going back to Wink again.
Where you at, baby? I feel like a linebacker's dream. You play linebacker, you got a dominant D tackle. You like, oh, I'm be
Two of them.
yeah, I'm gonna be straight. I'm in this game with a couple sacks, whole bunch of tackles.
Yeah. Ken, anything to add to that? Then we'll flip back to the our offense versus their defense.
I think the expectation.
How do we unleash the hounds?
The expectation has been outweighed by the performance, and the performance hasn't been that great. Maybe it's schemes. I was always a cornerback when I did play, but I wasn't too in depth on it. You know what I'm saying? The scheming of the defensive line, the linebackers, but
He was running around.
yeah. I feel like we did have dominant linebackers too last year. I think that plays a part. You know what I'm saying? When you got the knowledge of, I got my man Colson, I got Barrett back here behind me. We about to eat. You know what I'm saying? It might give you a little different appeal, but maybe we drunk the Kool-Aid on the linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's a problem, or maybe that's not a problem, but maybe that's one of the issues.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
maybe they ain't. Maybe they're not eating like.
And like you said, they graded out 2 of the worst that week, right? So,
hey, Train. Last thing. That's why I love this guy. He came off the line, whether he was getting double, whether he was getting triple, he came off the line hard every time, bro. That's what I need out of them two. Come off the ball like you trying to get a sack every time, bro.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. That motor, man. I need that motor.
But yeah, like I said, I'm anxious, I'm optimistic, and I'm ready to see how our defense performs, really more than anything, because we're gonna need to rely on them like we did in the Texas game, and they didn't perform well. So how you bounce back is how you're judged. So they could be bad today, but if they show up on versus USC, that could change the whole scape of our the next game.
It's Big Ten play now. We gotta go. Big Ten play.
This is a big game. I would argue even bigger than the Texas game for us, especially at this point in the season. I think it's going to tell us a lot about the way the rest of the season might go for us, because USC good. Do I think Texas good? No. Right. So it's like, all right, we're not on top 2, top 5 status, but USC ain't that, right? So I think this is going to be a good litmus test for us, kind of to put us in that next tier of where are we at, right? Because we know we're not up there with the top teams.
After that Texas game, this is the tier I feel like we belong in, like you saying.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if we're even in this tier.
Yeah.
But I do want to go back to our offense versus their defense, because the run game is what really saved us last week, because Warren was out there throwing all those picks, and the offensive line looked better in the run game, specifically opening up bigger holes. Mullins obviously still is looking like the better back, but was it a case of it's Arkansas State, or is it a case of they're finally coming together a little bit more? I don't know. So I guess the better question is, do we think we can – King, where are you at? You think we're going to be able to push them around? USC?
We better be able to.
Weaker defense, traditionally. And let me say this: everybody kind of threw USC up the ladder because they beat LSU, and LSU just should have lost. Really, South Carolina did some dumb stuff this week, and South Carolina ain't that, right? So they was just in a dogfight themselves this past weekend. So it's like it's always that's what we talk about. It's always so hard at the beginning of the season, like, oh, they had a big win versus LSU. And it's like, oh, okay, LSU finished 8-4. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It was a big win because LSU was ranked.
Because it was ranked. And it's LSU.
Right.
So I still think we're learning a little bit about how good both of those teams are.
True.
So I do feel like we kind of know where we're at though, because we went out there versus Texas, who looked every bit of the part, and we got smoked.
And now they're ranked 2.
And now, and they're now ranked 2. So, I mean, where you at with our offense versus their defense as far as trenches, Donovan, Mullins? Should the carries be the same? Should they be more to Mullins? A lot of people asking for more carries to Mullins.
Yeah, Mullins, he looked better running, breaking tackles and stuff. It was a line, but he broke on that first one. It was broke 2 broken tackles maybe, and then he had a career day. But just the averages, man, like it's the same line, it's the same people, you know what I'm saying? When Donovan and Mullins is running and behind, it's the same people. But Mullins got 2 less carries, but 70 more yards, 60 more yards, and one more TD. So I'm excited to see if USC is as good as we say they are, or as good as the LSU, you know what I'm saying, their record is, and how we're gonna fare against their defense. Because they got better. I can see, like, if LSU is just bad, you know what I'm saying, or if they're not as good as they were, but they got better in certain places. They didn't give up as many yards as they used to, like. So, and they coming off bye, so it's gonna be. We didn't get to see him last week. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get to see who they played.
Keeping us up for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they've been preparing. They saw us play. I saw an interview where Lincoln Riley said, "I didn't watch the whole game. I knew I was gonna watch the game, but he was just saying, like, he said we're still a really good football team, so they gotta say stuff like that. But he probably behind closed doors, like, yeah, we're gonna whoop their ass and all that. But I'm optimistic, man. I can't really put it no other way, dog, because it's a lot of question marks out there this weekend. So the defensive line, our quarterback situation, our running game, is it gonna work? So,
Boy, I think you were one leading that charge of I really like Mullins. So should it be where are you at with the share carry? Carry 75% Mullins, or what? I mean,
yeah, Donovan should be the counterpunch. I mean, we all know he's explosive. Have Mullins go in there, pound him, pause, get him, you know what I'm saying, beat up, and then let Donovan come in there and counterpunch him and break the big one. Like Mullins is looking more and more like a running back to me. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's starting to look like his natural position. Just with the vision, like Keenan said, to break tackles, and just the way he runs, he just looked more like a running back. I mean, USC, I feel like they kind of in the same boat that we are. They just lost the #1 draft pick, Caleb Williams. So their quarterback is kind of getting their feet wet. Their tight end is their #1 receiver. You know what I'm saying? Their linebacker core is holding down their defense. So we just got to get to the second level and give our backs a chance, you know what I'm saying, to break those runs. And that goes to our offensive line. It was a question mark when we started off the beginning of the season. And as it's going on, they're starting to get, you know what I'm saying, more and more cohesion. So we should see it be an interesting game to see. But that's where I feel like we win or lose the game. And that's not saying much because that's with a lot of teams is how good our offensive line plays. And again, this is the tier of competition I think that we should be able to hold our own against or push people around with. Because Texas, we obviously couldn't, and them being the #2, we ain't in that tier just yet. You know what I'm saying? Could be at the end of the year, but I expect our offensive line to do a better job against this USC team.
King, can you send me the I was supposed to have a guest. I guess I don't have the link right. Do you got the link right there available for the
chat?
For this call?
It's on the No, I don't.
Somebody send it to me real quick because I can't do it while I'm on. If one of y'all got it.
Boy, should have it. He always getting sent.
I ain't got no link. What link?
Oh.
Oh, you talk about just the
To join this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to me real quick. Yeah, no, I'm with y'all on this. I'm going with I'm trying to figure out if the line is going to look better because they're actually blocking better, or if it's because now we have another threat of running with Orji, right? And I guess the question is, I don't know if that actually matters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care why it looks better, as long as it looks better. And I think that obviously the way we were approaching it with the non-throwing threat of Orji in there, or non-running threat of Warren in there, had people like, hey, these little read options that we got, we not bugging on this little read option that y'all got going on, because if Warren pulls it, I mean, how far is he really going? Right? Is he gonna turn the corner and then go to 10 yards down the field or whatever? So I don't know, man. We'll see as far as the O line goes. But I mean, that's the meat and potatoes of our squad. I mean, JJ good, yes. Corum good, yes. Everybody, the receivers, yes. Bro, we done had it. I think we may have not only want to say overlooked, because everybody knew our O line was great, but like, we were at the Joe Moore Award winner twice, and they finished like second another year or something like that. Like, bruh, them O lines opening up holes. I mean, opens up everything. That's the entire playbook at your disposal if you can pound it for 5 yards at any time, because everybody got to pay attention to that, because we'll just pound you to death. Pause.
Smash.
If that's the case.
Sherrone Moore, how he put it, smash.
Right. All right, I see you sent it to me. Let me send this over to him real quick.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say that. I just be going straight to Zoom, and it be in my recents.
Yeah.
But no, take that back. USC, man, look. All right, you're right, boy. We are in the same boat as you know what I mean? Like, you lose the number 1 draft pick. We lost our number 1 quarterback who won a national championship. We had that leadership for 3 years. We don't have the leadership on offense. That plays a big part. So
they're relying on the run just like we are. Yeah. A big thing is going to be, we can't turn the ball over 3 times. Like, that definitely ain't going to help us. That against teams you're not better than, you're going to lose that game.
For sure.
All right, my brother Mike is on. Obviously, that's not him. He needs to come on. He needs to come on camera. But
he's
this man just happened to be texting me while we were casting, saying we're a circus act. We're a joke.
I want to hear this.
Definitely want to hear this. Dang, we're a joke, though, brother.
He makes an encore performance every.
We're a joke.
Every year.
Give us a joke. We might not be running on full tilt just yet, but a joke.
All right, let me give y'all verbatim what he's texting me. He's saying, Orji starting. Wow, we're in shambles. And then I said, we on the cast now. He say, how the F, which kind of we've been saying somewhat it is, how the F you make that decision that assuredly, after barely letting this see the field, your guy Sherrone is clearly in over his head, like I figured. So
dang. I've been hearing that a lot on X too, dog. I've been trying to support, but everybody been going in on Sherrone. Like, they just he should be fired after this year. I'm like, dang.
So the 3 games he won, I'll give him some grace a little bit, but hey, I want to hear.
Basically, what they're saying is those 3 games, he didn't really win. He just didn't lose them. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I'll take him as wins because we went to the Natty.
It's too early for me to jump ship.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, but my brother Mike is a quick. He'll throw the all off the boat quick.
He's axing
Way,
ASAP.
way quicker than me. So we have these disagreements all the time. But where you at? Where you at, brother? You just hopping on
Can you
in?
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can't come
Yo,
on.
I'm having a
Or
little
what?
trouble with my video situation. What is it? Is it a picture of my wife on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo. Shit.
Ask to start. Here you go. Try that. I just sent you. Did something come up on your screen?
Yeah. Oh, I could just do a pic. I could just pick one, huh?
Did you say ask to start video?
Hell no, it said something about bruh.
I want to show y'all my trophy.
Damn it. I don't know what's going on. She did a Zoom call on my shit, and now she's my damn
She
avatar.
logged in under you.
Hey
she
man,
logged
this is
in
what
under you.
happens when you give Zennials the internet. I don't even know what that is. Niggas be saying
God
it all the time.
damn.
Gen
Hold on,
Z,
brother.
I don't know what I am.
Cause you come. Cause
Yeah.
you.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Cause you hitting
Bam, there we go.
You hitting my line with some strong takes.
Oh, you got a heat shirt on. Okay.
You jumping ship
Oh.
already? You ain't feeling Orji?
I ain't no. Like you do gotta go with him. Like at this point, what else you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You gotta go with Orji, but I'm just saying, like, bro, how the fuck you go from this man can't throw a pass in the game? You don't trust him to that. To he starting against SC?
That's what I said
Come on,
earlier,
bro.
bro. I
Bro,
said
that shit is mismanagement, dog. This
It's
nigga is in
confusing.
over his fucking head, bro. He's just throwing shit at the wall.
So you don't count
I won't
the
doubt
3
it's gonna-
wins? You don't count the 3 wins from last season?
No, I mean, you said, do I count the 3 wins?
Under his belt, under
from last
Sherrone's
year.
belt. From
Yeah.
last year.
I would like to, but how he looking? Like, look like Harbaugh literally coached them motherfuckers till they walked out the building. Said, go on out, this what y'all do. Hit him on the phone, and he followed the script verbatim, and that's it. Don't look like he did shit. But
Said he
as
was a
far as
puppet.
right now, I just don't understand. I think it's going to work. It's a good chance it's going to work. I don't think SC is as good as we think they are. It's a good chance it's going to work. Because I felt like the line was getting a little bit of, even though it's Arkansas State, they was getting a little bit of push finally.
Agreed.
And we kind of got a baby 2.5-headed monster running back a little tiny bit. But the problem is this man has not taken no lumps. You just gonna throw him in there. He seemed like the type of little dude who will be able to handle it mentally. But come on, bro, this man throwing balls in the dirt now. He's starting.
Yeah, I said that, and you wasn't on earlier, but that was part of what I was saying. I was like, look how bad Warren had to be before he even pulled him. Like,
come on,
I said he was trying everything in his power to not take him out the game and give Orji the keys.
That's why I understand how you just then gave up. I know Davis been looking like shit, but like I don't understand how you just gave up on him right now. I would have respected it more if he was like, we gonna go with it, even though this ain't the game to do it. We gonna go with a 2-quarterback system this game. Like you should have did that 2-3 games ago, but I'd rather you do that than just Orji's a starter. So what happens if he come out looking like shit? Now what?
It was a big surprise when I saw it. I'm like, Orji,
It'll be a long ass
now?
season if Orji come out looking like shit.
Oh my God, bro. I think he probably won't, and I think it might help our shitty ass offensive coordinator call plays a little better now because you can't run it every down with this dude.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said
That's
this
gonna
is
be
gonna
the switch up.
This is gonna be a true test of if we got some good coaching or not. Because y'all come out and just do that slow developing QB run counter mess, dog. They got to be able to scheme something up for his skill set, dog. And I don't know.
Right.
So, Brother
But
Mike,
see,
what do you
this
feel?
the thing though. SC looking better, but y'all still SC. Y'all gonna be able to handle this big Geechee nigga running out on the edge and these 2 running backs? I don't know if SC gonna be able to handle that, bro. So I feel like it made it easier for the OC kind of a little bit now. You know he can't throw really, so don't try to have him out here making all these difficult reads. Let's give him easy passes and run that bitch 80-90% of the time.
How you feel about a screen pass? Halfback screen pass.
Hey, any of that. Any and all. Bubbles, screens. I'm big fans of those anyway.
Out there in that bitch.
them Jets. I don't like Samaj Low as running the Jets. I don't think he really fast enough. I'd rather have a look like number 3 look like to me maybe a little bit better option. But all of that, bro, you're gonna need it now. You're gonna need it. So just like keep it nice and simple. Unless, I mean, shit, you ran 70% of the time last year. Run it 80% of the time. At least now they can't just crash the outside linebacker down. They can't just bring the safety down because he might keep that bitch now.
That's what
so
I was
now
saying.
receivers is singled up. Yeah, receivers singled up out there now. So, now you got to actually cover them boys.
We're going to have to pass, though, bro. We can't just dink and dunk and beat a good team. I don't feel like we can do it.
Yeah. Get it to the playmakers in space. Hopefully
I hear what y'all saying. We're going to be in some 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 9s throughout the game where it's like even though we might continue, we ain't going to stay ahead of the chains all game. It's like, what do we do? Can we muster up enough just to get a couple of those? We're going to just be safe and punt? Like,
Train, he ain't good enough to do that. Yeah, if the D was what it was supposed to be, we could do that. But Wink out here calling this bullshit, so it's like, they gonna put up 21 on us. They gonna put up 21. So now you're right. You're gonna have to call plays. But I think that little, them little fakes where he get outside, where outside contain and a little dump off some shit like that. I think that should be able to. That could keep you out of 3rd and long.
It worked for a drive against Texas. The fakes, we moved the ball straight down the field versus Texas with all them fakes.
Right. I mean, I think it could work. It's an uphill battle though. But we was gonna get the shit kicked out of us with my man in there. They were gonna tear his ass up, and he was gonna throw 3-4 picks again.
Oh, he was gonna give him the rock, definitely.
I mean, if we gonna be desperate, I'd rather bet on black, like a geeky black nigga from Texas. Like, I feel a little more confident that you're just not gonna fall apart completely. You done had some adversity in your life, brother. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying?
He done been on the block before.
I mean, something, man. You know what I mean? Like, he came all the way. He a Texas boy. He got, he probably got a little more pride. This Davis Warren, I don't think he's like John O'Corn 2.0. I don't think he was terrible. Right. But with a dude like that, you need an O coordinator that really know what the fuck he doing, and he needs some weapons, and he got to have a line. And I don't know that he has any of those.
And is Loveland back? What's the word on him?
I don't know.
They said it wasn't serious. Sherrone said it wasn't serious, but that is vague answer.
Yeah, he trying to be Harbaugh Jr. and shit. Like, just don't tell him.
Good for you, man.
He on my nerves already, man. I knew when his ass cried. Like, you too emotional. You too emotional. Him and Juwan, you motherfuckers want to cry like that? I can't fuck with you, dog. Like, I need you to be a little more even keeled than that. I get your touch, but come on, bro. Suck it up. You could like have a little tattoo tear, but the shoulders heaving, lip quiver, boy. Hell no. You can't be doing that. Because if you coached me and a couple niggas on the team, we gonna be laughing at your ass at home talking about you. I promise you. Yes. We're gonna be talking about your ass crying like that. So and I feel like he a little too nice. He want to be all stoic on the sideline. He's like, come on, last podcast. You ain't that technical, motherfucker, for you to be this quiet.
And he was a player too, man.
Bruh, after that game, when we came in, the first picture on the big screen, I'd have had that Jordan crying emoji on his body.
Yeah, I would too, bro. I would too. Like, the shit was embarrassing, I felt like. And then even how he sound, he just, you fucking A, man. Like, you ain't gonna be able to reach these geeks talking like that, brother. Yeah. Them niggas ain't listening to that, man. It's good you a brother, so some of them fucking with you. But like, if you keep talking like that and doing shit like not starting the nigga who's, I mean, can't be much worse than what we seen. You might as well just went with the brother from the beginning if you was gonna do that. But I remember when Drill, I ain't gonna say his name, my bad. Erase that part. With some people I knew that was saying that about Sherrone a couple years ago, that he was a cornball and all of this type of stuff. And I can kind of see what they mean a little bit now. It's concerning.
Say this. It is a slippery slope, because on the other side, you got other cats from a different rival school. You see how it went down with old Tugger Tug. It's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
side of it. You taking
That's the other side.
in front of
Deshaun Foster type shit.
pit bull. You got pit bulls in your recruiting photos, cigars, and that's the other side of it. You got to be careful.
Yeah, yeah. But see, Sparty egged him on, I feel like, with that shit. When he was at Bama, man, he was a professional. He was a good coach. Then he going with there with them ignorant motherfuckers, and that's all they own is just Spartan shit. We just ignorant, and we like to fight. We like, all that. So I feel like he just was kind of playing to them a little bit. Yeah. He on here like scowling and shit. Like,
I go to MSU and I be on that bullshit.
Yeah, man. You know what they be on, man. So he was playing to that.
We got to be careful. We ain't going down that path too, because getting fired is bad. But like that, just because you didn't perform record-wise is one thing. But when you get fired for stuff like you done after that, So
yeah. My thing is though, like with Sherrone and them, I noticed, but bro, you got that stink all over you, Sherrone. Like I would have rather not give him a fucking contract. Like, let's see how you do. You too was doing this shit that got us in trouble, bro. You was right in the middle of it. We're not gonna blame you.
It's supposed to text messages. That's messages, man.
What it ain't just that though. That was what his second, third time, even though it was some bullshit, like his second, third time, you in trouble. The block is hot, brother.
What you texting on record for, man?
What is you texting Connor Stallions for? Anyway,
he ain't on no burner.
Bro, you already had Lace doing that. You already had Shoelace doing that. Now his name's Sully. Harbaugh left us some shit, man. As far as I'm concerned, Sherrone, until he showed me otherwise, you a part of that, bro. Like you a part of the win, but you also a part of what done brought us down in lightning speed. So
it's too early, man.
I ain't giving you much benefit of the doubt.
It's 4 games in.
I can't.
I didn't want him. Remember that, Train? I didn't want his ass.
Oh no, Mike definitely.
I didn't want him.
Who'd you want?
Said, at least you make a search. I understand if you got to settle on him, but come on, bro. At least search. You gonna take Harbaugh word for it? The same motherfucker who been trying to leave for the last 3 years, who is a nigga doing this on his staff and he don't know. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You didn't know. Stop it. You didn't want to know. Your son.
A lot of revelations coming out on the Michigan Man Cave podcast.
Man.
you got a Michigan man through and through. Alumnus.
Hard hitting news.
Bro, this shit's stressful, man. This shit's stressing me out.
At the end of our shows, we usually wrap up with some predictions, and actually we'll get. I want to keep you on for your prediction, Mike, but let's hop real quick. If you can hang, you got a couple minutes?
Yeah, I got a couple.
All right, bet. Before we do I want to end with our predictions today. But King, talk to us. IG, what's cracking over there on IG?
Yeah, on the Michigan Man Cave podcast on IG. Holla at us. Been talking about getting some guests on. This is a surprise. We ain't even know. Train kept it a secret, so this is nice. This is refreshing to see
impromptu somewhat.
Yeah, get a new face on here with some hard hitting and you know what I'm saying, raw fact, you know what I'm saying, raw opinion. I like that, man. But yeah, hit us up on IG at the Michigan Man Cave podcast.
Boy, what's happening on the Wild X? I know it's a lot of craziness over there on Twitter.
Oh man,
do whatever over there
X,
now.
I still got my shield out. It's been a lot. I've been in a lot of defensive battles. I got some posts sent to me by Orji. They said this Michigan quarterback, he dropped that, threw it 10 yards past the receiver. I've been like Brother Mike came on and said, we've been defending Sherrone. People don't have a lot of confidence in him, and this is Michigan fans, fellas. I'm not battling other people. This is Michigan fans coming at our squad like this. So it's been taking a lot of defensive stances, but we love y'all. We want to hear y'all opinions, y'all takes. Keep them coming. And that's on X. You can say whatever you want. Ain't no filters.
First Amendment.
All right, let's recap last week's. I feel like last week was some bull because
they scored
gave
late.
up 2 slot bucket late TDs.
Ew.
That first prediction I had was right on point till we gave up them late TDs. But anyways, what was the last week, King?
He won. Boy, he had 24-10. I had 34-10. You had 28-7.
So who's second? Who got second then?
You did. I'm last. I'm
Okay.
last.
Oh yeah. You are perfect. Well, I'll make sure to send you this.
My first L of the week of the season, y'all. Just to make that point.
All right. So and we'll let our guests go last, but we'll King, you got to go first since you was last.
The spread is 6. It said in favor of USC.
Well, it went down. Okay.
To what?
It was at 6.5. So I mean, that's kind of good.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of good.
Reading between the lines.
Um,
What's your prediction, King?
I hate predicting L's. I did it last time and we lost too, dog. It's messed up. I'm gonna say 21-13. Us. I'm gonna give us a win. I'm gonna remain optimistic and give us a win. 21-13. What's up?
All right.
We better not get our ass beat, man, dog. We better not.
I'm gonna predict. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 24. I'm gonna go 24. I'll give us. Damn, this offense is so terrible. I'm gonna go 20. I'm gonna go 24-20 FC. Cover. Look, at least we're covering.
Damn.
Bowie, what you got, man?
21-17 us.
Oh, he was locked and loaded with that. He's saying it confident, brother Mike. You get to close this out with a prediction. What you don't be backtracking.
I got it 23-21 us. I think we're gonna get it, man. I think SC is not as good. They got some lumps coming too, and this would be a good time to have them.
I'm only going there because they have a quarterback, and I just feel like it's gonna hamper us too much. Too many opportunities again. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I get last place this week, but we shall see. Brother Mike, we appreciate you hopping on, man. As always,
excellent takes.
Unfiltered takes. That's why
for sure. Appreciate y'all.
Still the defending champ.
You goddamn right.
With national champ on it, whatever.
Couple more months, goddamn it. We still got the ring.
Make sure y'all tune in, like and subscribe, follow us, all that good stuff, and we'll see y'all next week after week 3-1. Peace out, y'all. Have a good night.